They didn't hear it coming. That's the strange part. Detroit street racers in the early 1970s were used to noise. Big cams, open headers, engines screaming their intentions a block away. But this one didn't announce itself. It just appeared. Late at night on Woodward Avenue, a black shape would roll out of the darkness. No decals, no sponsor stickers, no ego. Just a deep black Dodge Challenger, idling quietly, like it didn't need to prove anything. Someone would laugh, someone would rev, someone would line up. And then the black car would leave. Not pull away, not edge out. It would erase them. By the time people realized what they'd just seen, the Challenger was already gone. No victory laps, no trash talk, no crowd. Just an empty stretch of pavement and a new name whispered between racers: the Black Ghost. For nearly a decade, it haunted Detroit's street racing scene. It showed up without warning, won without mercy, and vanished before anyone could figure out who or what was driving it. No one ever saw the driver clearly. No one followed it home, and no one ever caught it. Because the secret behind the Black Ghost wasn't just shocking, it was dangerous. Detroit in the early 1970s wasn't just the Motor City, it was a pressure cooker. Factories were still humming, muscle cars were everywhere, and Woodward Avenue was the proving ground. If you wanted a reputation, you earned it there. After midnight, under streetlights, with nothing but courage and horsepower separating legends from wreckage. This was before social media, before phone cameras, before YouTube. Reputations spread the old way, by word of mouth, by humiliation, by stories that grew sharper every time they were told. And the sharpest story of all was about a black Challenger no one could beat. The car didn't race every night. That made it worse. Weeks would go by, months sometimes. Racers would start to think maybe it was gone for good. Then, just when the scene settled back into normal rhythms, there it was again. Same car, same silence, same outcome. People started saying it wasn't just fast. They said it knew when to show up. The Challenger itself looked almost wrong for the era. While other street racers wore loud paint, chrome wheels, and bragging rights on their fenders, the Black Ghost stayed stock-looking and anonymous. Jet black paint, factory stance, steel wheels. But those who knew what to look for noticed small things. The car sat just right. The idle wasn't stock. And when it launched, it didn't spin, it hooked. Whatever was under the hood wasn't normal, and whoever was driving it knew exactly what they were doing. This wasn't some kid with borrowed horsepower. This was precision. It wasn't just the engine that didn't make sense. The options sheet was a contradiction. On paper, this Challenger was a gentleman's car. It wore the RTSE package, complete with a rare Gator Grain vinyl roof, a textured reptilian pattern meant to mimic luxury European interiors, not street racers. The SE was supposed to be quiet, comfortable, civilized. But underneath that upscale skin was something completely different. Hidden below the black paint was the Super Track Pack, heavy-duty suspension, and a Dana 60 rear end, the same rear axle Dodge used when they expected parts to break. This wasn't a boulevard cruiser pretending to be fast. It was a luxury car built around drag strip hardware, a limousine with the heart of a sledgehammer. And that contradiction is exactly why no one saw it coming. Rumors started piling up. Some said the car was trailered in from out of state. Others claimed it belonged to a wealthy executive who didn't want attention. A few even said it was a factory test mule that escaped corporate control. But the most unsettling rumor? That the driver knew police tactics too well. Because every time the Black Ghost raced, it disappeared before the cops arrived. Every single time. No sirens chasing it, no roadblocks, no impound stories. It was like the car knew when to vanish, like it had inside information. Then, almost as suddenly as it appeared, the Black Ghost stopped showing up. The races went on, new cars took the spotlight, new legends rose and fell. But the Black Ghost didn't come back. For years, people argued whether it had ever been real at all. Some said the stories were exaggerated. Others swore they had been there. standing on the curb watching taillights disappear into the night. And then time did what time always does. It buried the truth. Until decades later, when a garage door quietly opened. Inside was a black 1970 Dodge Challenger RT-SE. Dust-covered, untouched, preserved like a time capsule. And under the hood, a 426 Hemi. Not modified, not swapped, not modernized. The real thing. One of the rarest muscle car combinations ever built. And the man who owned it? That's when the story took a turn no one saw coming. The Black Ghost belonged to a Detroit police officer. Not a desk cop, not a rookie, a motorcycle traffic enforcement officer. A man whose job was to stop street racers. By day, he wore the badge. By night, he became the thing racers feared most. His name was Godfrey Qualls, and if his secret had come out in the 1970s, his career would have been over. Qualls wasn't reckless. He wasn't chasing fame. He was a veteran, a paratrooper, a disciplined man who understood machines and limits. When he ordered the Challenger new in 1969, he did it because he wanted the best. And the 426 Hemi was the best. He raced selectively, carefully. He knew which nights to appear and which to stay home. He knew how long to linger and exactly when to leave. He didn't race for money. He raced for control. And that's why no one caught him. By the mid-1970s, the world was changing. Emissions regulations tightened, insurance companies cracked down, muscle cars vanished from showrooms, and street racing became riskier than ever. Qualls parked the Challenger, and there it stayed, for over 40 years. No social media reveals, no reunion stories, no nostalgia tours. Just a locked garage and a legend frozen in time. And when the truth finally surfaced after his death, it sent shockwaves through car culture. The Black Ghost wasn't a myth. It wasn't a composite story. It wasn't exaggerated nostalgia. It was real. A factory Hemi Challenger, a cop who raced in secret, a street legend that vanished by choice. And suddenly, every whispered story from Woodward Avenue made sense. The car didn't disappear because it lost. It disappeared because the man behind it knew when to stop. That's what makes the Black Ghost different from every other street racing story. It wasn't about ego. It wasn't about dominance. It was about restraint. Today, the Black Ghost is celebrated, preserved, even honored. But back then, it was something else entirely. It was a shadow, a warning, a reminder that sometimes the fastest thing on the street isn't the loudest. And sometimes the man enforcing the law is also the one breaking it. Because once upon a time in Detroit, the most feared street racer in the city was the one who knew the rules best. And that's why they never caught the Black Ghost.